Hello, Rowland Heights residents. My name is Kimo Morris, and I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you a bit about the Rowland Heights Community Coordinating Council. In this short presentation, I will give you a brief background on why the council exists, how it benefits the community, and some of the council's recent accomplishments. I hope that you will find this information useful and enlightening, and that you will consider becoming a member. Over 100 years ago, the area presently known as Rowland Heights was settled by the Rowland family, and until the mid-1950s remained rural ranch and agricultural farmland with a low population density. In the 1950s, cities all across the United States began to expand rapidly, and Los Angeles County was no exception. The LA County Department of Regional Planning was tasked with finding a way to accommodate the growth and expansion in the county. During this time, rural communities were seen as the solution for LA County's dilemma, and massive infrastructure development began in Rowland Heights, including laying new roads, building houses and schools, and providing water and power for the projected population explosion. The 60 freeway was extended eastward from downtown, ending in Rowland Heights for a period of time before its completion through to what is now Diamond Bar. The fact that the freeway ended initially in Rowland Heights meant that our community and the surrounding communities had become a main focus of urban development. With LA County forced to juggle the needs of a growing population, it became convenient to turn to the rural communities to provide the much-needed space. With LA County's eye on too many things, our community became a victim of uncontrolled overdevelopment. Local residents became increasingly concerned about this overgrowth. In the late 1970s, a solution had been presented. A committee was formed consisting of residents, landowners, local businesses, developers, and county planning officials. And over the course of 3 years, many meetings were held to hammer out a community general plan that would set the ground rules for how Rowland Heights would grow in the future. The community general plan was established to encourage the right kind of development that would serve to benefit all members of the community. It set zoning regulations, effectively determining how the community would look for decades to come. Our Rowland Heights Community General Plan is a contract that exists between the community of Rowland Heights and Los Angeles County. Prior to the formulation of the community plan, the Rowland Heights Community Coordinating Council, RHCCC, was established to ensure that the process included all stakeholders. You might ask, now that the plan exists, why do we still need the RHCCC? Remember, Rowland Heights is not a city. We are a community within unincorporated LA County, which means we do not have direct governance of our community. Since LA County must serve a very large area, the RHCCC serves as the liaison to the LA County government. In fact, the community plan specifically identifies the RHCCC as the local organization responsible for monitoring developments to make sure they conform to the plan. The council advocates for Rowland Heights issues, keeping our concerns fresh in the mind of our county leaders. The council holds monthly meetings on the second Monday of the month, where county and state elected officials are invited. The RHCCC meetings are the best forum for Rowland Heights residents like you to speak directly to elected officials. Public safety representatives are also invited to report on recent activities and to answer questions from the community. This includes representatives from the LA County Sheriffs and California Highway Patrol. The RHCCC meetings also provide a forum to meet with administrators and school board members of Rowland Unified School District. Residents often wish to know about local school events, budget concerns, and the programs that are offered in our school district. And our monthly RHCCC meetings are a perfect place to find out. In addition, Each month, the Council invites speakers to talk to Rowland Heights residents about issues that concern them. Past speakers have presented on development plans, community safety, disaster preparedness, school budgets, and community events, just to name a few. For decades, the Council has served as the voice of the people, ensuring that rules are followed by developers. In one example, RHCCC was instrumental in helping to establish the CSDs, or Community Standards District, which gives the community the opportunity to provide input on architectural plans. This includes being a part of the establishment of building setback requirements, parking and architectural standards for commercial buildings, landscaping requirements, and a number of other community standards that differ from those established by LA County for other unincorporated areas. Before implementation of the CSDs, construction projects in Rowland Heights were inconsistent and did not include the desires of the local residents. In this photograph, the building was allowed to be built right up to the sidewalk, which reduces visibility at the intersection and is not in keeping with the open feel that Rowland Heights residents prefer. After the CSDs were established, residents had direct input on designs. In these photographs, the stores were set back from the street, placing the parking lot in the front. The RHCCC has fought hard for its community, ensuring that LA County always include Rowland Heights residents and local business leaders in decisions, and that would-be developers follow our community plan. The RHCCC also lobbies the county for improvements to our community, and also provides an advisory role for public input on various community projects. For example, as a direct result of lobbying by the RHCCC, LA County is currently working to construct our new community center at Pathfinder Park, which will be a tangible $18 million improvement to Rowland Heights. The council and local residents provided input on exactly what they wanted to see in the community center, which is due to be completed in 2013. The council also recently defended the Rowland Heights Community Plan in a proposed construction project where a developer had presented a concept to LA County planners to build a 4-story, 775 apartment complex in a high-density block. The RHCCC intervened, reminding the Planning Commission of its promise to the residents of Rowland Heights that construction projects must adhere to the community plan, and that any changes must include input from Rowland Heights residents. RHCCC members testified before the Planning Commission, and residents alerted their neighbors of the proposal. Because of the hard work of the Rowland Heights residents and the RHCCC, the proposed apartment project was ultimately denied. The council was clear. The residents of Rowland Heights are not against construction projects, only that such projects must adhere to the plan that was established between county planners and the residents of Rowland Heights. To deal with the increased traffic demand on our main streets, the RHCCC urged LA County officials to come up with a plan to alleviate the congestion on Colima Road. Now that construction is complete, the flow of traffic down this main thoroughfare is much improved. The council also sends out monthly newsletters to alert its members to new programs and announcements. For example, street closures, upcoming community events, e-waste pickup, among others, and it provides general information to the community at large through its website at rowland-heights.org. In addition to serving as the voice of the Rowland Heights community, the RHCCC helps to coordinate local events that benefit the community. This includes partnering with our local youth, such as the Rowland High School students shown here, to make our community a more livable place through beautification events. It has the added benefit of teaching kids to take pride in their community. For decades, the RHCCC has also been involved in the Buckboard Days Festival and Parade. This event highlights our community, both past and present. In recent years, Buckboard Days is now organized as a cooperative venture between the Rowland Heights Chinese Association, the Rowland Council PTA, and the RHCCC. This event also energizes our parents and youth to get involved and take pride in their school and their community. In the end, if you want a higher quality of life, you must work for it. And the RHCCC has been working to enhance our community in Rowland Heights since the late 1970s, and it shows. In 2011, Rowland Heights was named the top community in which to raise children in the entire state of California by the nationally recognized Bloomberg Business Week. This is largely due to our strong sense of community and the high level of involvement of our residents. We have excellent schools, outstanding businesses, a diverse community, and a common vision. This is why Rowland Heights is a great community. So come join your neighbors at the next RHCCC meeting. Do your part to ensure that Rowland Heights remains a great place to live by becoming a member of the RHCCC. Annual dues are a mere $10, and 100% of the money goes directly to sustaining the good work of this entirely volunteer organization. Help us carry out the mission of the RHCCC and get active in your Rowland Heights community.